Yo, gang, what's going on? I'm the Blue Ranger, and welcome back to another Destiny video. So, I wanted to talk to you guys today really quickly about what's coming up, and that would be the Rise of Iron. And not so much what we know about it, when the reveal streams are, oh my gosh, the clickbait. No, I just want to talk about what I want. I want to talk about me, and I'm not even going to feel bad about that. This is just me talking about me and what I want, because I think that what I want is what a lot of other people want to. Whether they're willing to say it or not, because right now it's a really touchy subject, kind of crapping on Destiny. Although, okay, being outside of the Destiny world and crapping on Destiny has been the cool thing for a year. 2 years. However long the game has been out, people have been crapping on Destiny because it's the new fun thing to do. But when you're inside the Destiny community, to crap on Destiny is a big fat no-no, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to do it. But I'm willing to talk about the things that I think should be done to make the game better. And what I want from this new expansion that apparently we're going to be paying for. I believe it's going to be a paid expansion. I can't necessarily remember any specific time that they've said that explicitly, but I do believe that that is the case. Now, that being said, I would like to see a massive light level increase. Massive. I'm talking at least 100 at the minimum. I want to see as high as 150 light level increase. Why? Because let's do the math from history. Like the historical math of light level. Ba, 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 da. Now, what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about how in year one, the base light level was 150. Then we got... we're pretending that this is all on the new system and it wasn't ever on the old system. It was base level of 150. Then we got 10 light level with the Dark Below and 10 light level with the House of Wolves, bringing it to 170. And year one ended at 170. So we have 170 light for year one. Awesome. That's fantastic. Now, move on to year two. The Taken King drops. We get 150 light level increase. We go from 170 to 320. That's superb. That's a massive increase. That gives us something to work towards. Gives us a whole bunch of new weapons, a whole bunch of no enemies spawning from that orb. What the hell? And we get a whole bunch of, weapons, infusion systems for our light levels and our weapons and blah, blah, blah. We loved it all. It was fantastic. And it was 150 light, and we still burned through it in like a month. And I'm hearing talk now of them saying, oh yeah, well, not them saying, I'm hearing talk of people saying we're going to end year two at 400 light, which would mean an 80 light increase across the entire year. Whereas in year one, we had 170 light. In year two, we would have, well, I guess it's hard to explain how this would work. Year one was 170. Year two will end at 165. And year three, rather than starting at 150, would start at it'd start at 65 light. I mean, come on. Is that really the kind of light level we want? It's not what I want. It's not what I'm looking for. I want 150 light level increase, just like year one, just like year two. I want that to be the base light level, and since it has been 2 years in a row now, I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. And frankly, they could even go higher, because in year one, the light level, there was no infusion system. The light you got is the light you had. Everyone had to wear raid gear to be all the way up there. It was the only way to make things happen, and that's what people did. Year two, they gave us the infusion system, and the infusion system changed how you leveled completely, and they never really augmented the light system in order to allow that to be a thing within the game. It really made it so leveling was even faster than it was before. And to me, that seems like an issue. That seems like a problem to me. I'm not super excited about the fact that they keep the same scaling system while changing the mechanics to level up. Now, if we're talking about 150 light level in year three, at least it's a good base for us to start off of, even though we're going to chew through it in no time flat, once again, because of the one-to-one infusion and all the different ways to get that light level. But it's a good start. It's somewhere for us to come, like, to kind of, just dig into and really enjoy all the content while getting the loot, because the game is nothing without the loot. It is nothing. If you're not getting loot, you're probably bored of the game. Like, that's where I'm at. I play Crucible from time to time I'll play Crucible because it's fun, but I'm not competitive at it. I'm not very good at it. I got that potato aim all the time, but it's just, if I'm not getting loot, I don't really care. And so if they're not giving me light level, if they're not giving me loot, I'm just getting bored of the game. And I think that's a pretty universal thing. The game is based on a loot system. So if they give us a reason to keep going for stuff, they keep giving us loot, they keep incentivizing us, or that carrot, so to speak, at the end of the stick, that's the kind of thing that we need to keep us going. And if they only give us a 65 light level increase from 130, or let me apologize, from 335 to 400, that is going to be way too low, and we are going, I mean, seriously, that's not enough. That's not enough. We're going to burn through it so quickly. It's not even going to be fair. Everyone's going to be upset. It's going to be a problem. Now, light level aside, the other things I want to see a whole bunch of story missions, and I want to see a whole bunch of strikes. Yes, I want to see a raid just like everybody else, but I don't necessarily want to see a raid in the traditional sense. I like the idea of a tower defense style raid with new mechanics that isn't just go into a pit and, you know, stop the bad guy. I don't necessarily want that to be what we're doing here. That's not always the thing that I want to go for. I kind of like Prison of Elders. It's something I've enjoyed since they launched it because it was different. We've already got the 3 raids where you go into the pit and you kill the bad man, and I don't necessarily want that. Again, now it's not to say that it wouldn't be a great thing, it wouldn't be enjoyable. Of course it would be. I would enjoy the hell out of it. But to see something a little bit different, if it was well done, I would be okay with it. Now, the other thing is, it comes to replayability. I love the raid, but if we're talking about the little guy, if we're talking about the filthy casuals out there, or the solo players who maybe struggle to get raid teams, strikes. You need to inundate us with strikes. I don't even care if you remaster or bring back the old ones. In fact, I think you should. But I need you to give us 6 new strikes. I know it won't happen, but I'm talking 6 new strikes with the new enemies, with new bosses, really open up that lore system a little bit. Tell us more about the lore as we're going. There's just so much that could be done here, and so far it hasn't been. And as replayability is one of the key factors in this game, you really need to offer us more replayable PvE content. And if you dropped on us, like, here's all the old strikes, oh, and also here's like 6 new strikes, we would have so much stuff to do, we couldn't complain. It would be awesome. It would be phenomenal. So that's what I want to see. I just want to see a lot of it. We need to make it last. I understand that. But if you gave us a lot of it, because there's a lot of people that argue, and I agree with them, that the problem with the Destiny content isn't the quality, it's the quantity. We want quantity over quality, and it's the weirdest thing, because that's something I never really preach, but it's kind of true. No matter how much, like, I think the new Winter's Run strike is pretty crappy. The Taken version of Winter's Run is not something that I would, you know, hey mom, go get a camera, it's new strike, it's so cool. No, I'd just be like, this is dumb. It's how I feel. And so, but the thing is when I got it the first time, I was like, it's that strike. Like, I was exciting. Oh, we fucked up. It was exciting because we got new stuff, and that's all I cared about, was getting new stuff. And that's all I think anybody cares about. It needs to be good, yes, like if you give us a crap raid, we're going to be pissed, but just the fact that it's happening is generally enough to make most people happy. So I want a lot of strikes. I want a bunch of story missions. I mean, the Taken King, I believe, was 8 story missions with some side quests, but the fact of the matter is, if you gave us like 15, I know I'm asking for a lot. I get that. But if you're not going to give us anything for another year like you did this time, think about it. Yeah, I'm talking directly at you, Bungie. You got to give us enough content to play it for, and I understand that there's other games coming out. We should go play those, all that stuff that Luke Smith said. I agree. But I don't want to be burned out on this game in a month when you launch the new content, because you've proven that you can do better than that. You've proven to me that you can give me a better product than that. And I want it. I want that product back. I want... You know, year 1 vanilla Destiny was tough, and there was a lot of grinding and all this, and people complain about it all the time. I complain about it all the time. It was tough. It was really annoying to run around and farm materials on the planets, and I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore. However, the game did not fail because of that. The game hasn't failed yet. And we all got a ton of content. Everyone still says year 1 experience, although there was a ton of upgrades made during the Taken King, the year 1 experience was phenomenal because the memories were great. We all loved the game. You know, maybe it was a little bit of a honeymoon phase with Destiny. I'm sure it was. But the fact of the matter is that... How do you put it? The fact of the matter is The game had something new and different, and we all loved it. And we've moved away from it to make everybody happy. And you can't make everybody happy. And that's where I'm struggling right now, is that we're attempting to make everybody happy when you just can't. And it makes me really sad to see it because, man, I tell you what, if Call of Duty tried to make every single gamer happy, everybody who liked first-person shooters, that game would be a disaster. If Battlefield tried to do the same thing, if Overwatch tried to do the same thing, every single shooter out there tried to make every single gamer, shooter, player, whatever out there happy, it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't be a thing, and it would be extremely disappointing. So I just want to put that out there as something to think about. I want 150 light. I want an awesome raid that can be tower defense style because I'd love to see the city. I'd love for it to be something that took place in the city. It would be a lot of fun. It would give us a lot more lore. It kind of show us what we're fighting for, and I like that concept. I also want to see a whole bunch of story missions, a whole bunch of new weapons. Oh God, I want you to get rid of Viking Funeral. I want you to there's so many things that I want to change about this game to make it something that everyone enjoys again. And I want another PvP mode like Iron Banner and Trials, even if it's a permanent SRL. I loved SRL. I would welcome it back in a heartbeat. So those are all the things that I want, or at least a lot of them. I probably could go on rambling about this game for another 4 hours if I wanted to, but I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys want. I want to know what you guys expect. I genuinely think if we get under 100 light, this game will fall apart. I think it will fall apart. People will get bored of it in the same way they got bored of this, of the April update, because the April update is the current iteration of the game. And I'm watching people fall off on it. I'm watching it. And if you don't see it, then you're not watching carefully enough. It's there. I'm watching numbers drop across the board. I'm watching people lose interest. I'm watching big players move to other games, and that's, again, not a bad thing. But when you have such a strong community built around such an awesome game, you really want that game to be successful and to flourish and to be great. And I think the April update took a lot of that away from the game. Really took the wind out of the sails, so to speak. So hopefully we can see something awesome with the Rise of Iron. That's all we can really hope for. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Thanks for watching me fail over and over again in the Prison of Elders while I focus on trying to tell you guys what I want. Don't forget to tell me what you think. Don't forget to check me out at Twitch at twitch.tv/I'mTheBlueRanger. And God, I hope the Rise of Iron is amazing. I will see you guys next time.